Hello, lawmakers. Something I've been thinking about so much since Uvalde is the fact that good guys with a gun were afraid to go in the building. As a result, they heard the violence inside, they feared for their lives, and they let those children fend for themselves. There's this myth that does not appear to be grounded in reality about a good guy with a gun. And the thing about that is, at Parkland, there was a security guard who ran away. And I don't even fault these people for being afraid. That's an 18-year-old with an AR-15. Of course they're afraid. But always the solution to this, interestingly enough, from the right tends to be more guns because they're going to profit more. You're going to have more donations from NRA and arms dealers. It's like the jig is up, you know? We all know. We all know why you're weirdly stagnant on this. We all know, and we're voting more. You know what I mean? And Joe Manchin in particular, this is a character moment, right? This is a character moment. Will you be brave enough in your heavily red state to do something meaningful, even if it means risking your job? I can't think of any situation where holding on to my job would be worth more children dying. I can't think of any situation. Any of you lawmakers, you'll be able to get any private sector job you want. Why? Why do you hold on to this myth that the solution is more guns, that you can't possibly do anything except think and pray about it? We all know that's bullshit. We all know. We all know. And we're voting. Okay? This is one of those things you can't gerrymander away. We all know. Because we're not just Democrats and Republicans. We're parents with kids. Can you imagine going to school? Can you think back to when you were a child? Can you imagine having to do regular drills because someone might break in with a weapon of war and kill you? Can you imagine that as a child? What was the scariest thing you dealt with? Hiding under your desk because of a bomb, maybe. That's scary. If you felt that, then maybe it can give you some compassion for what little kids feel now. That they are the front line. They have to defend your right to earn campaign contributions from the NRA. Think about that. We would all respect you so much more if you passed meaningful legislation that protected children and sacrificed your job. That's a respectable move. That's a legacy that will live long after you're gone. Just a couple more things I want to say on this front. You know, often I notice that this gets into this binary place about mental health versus common sense gun laws. And my thought every time is, why not do everything? Why not? Who needs an AR-15, by the way? Who needs an AR-15? What citizen needs an AR-15? I have yet to hear a good answer for that. What 18-year-old boy needs an AR-15? Come on. You're not dumb. You know it's true. You know it's completely unnecessary. You know it's reasonable to have a background check. You know it's reasonable to treat this like cars, where you have to go through some kind of training. You know it's reasonable. You are just scared because your friends at the NRA and other arms lobbyists are going to stop giving you money. And then what? You'll be out on the street with a 6-figure private sector job? Poor you. Poor you. back to mental health versus guns. Let's do all of it. If by mental health, I'm honestly not sure if that's code for bad parents. You want to blame the problem on the parents and then walk away, or if you really mean it. Obviously, anyone who shoots up a school is not mentally healthy. I think we can all agree on that. But it's very vague by what you mean about mental health. Do you mean they have a dissociative disorder? Because in the grand majority of cases, this is not someone who's schizophrenic or even bipolar shooting up a school. This is just some unhappy kid, usually a teen boy, who has access to a machine gun. Excuse me, even worse, an automatic rifle. That's it. It's not someone who's been diagnosed by a mental health expert. It's just someone who's reached their limit and they are struggling and they don't have a healthy outlet. And until we present them with whatever mental health resource you are suggesting, air quotes only because I haven't really heard many specifics from the right on that front, they get a gun and then they brag about it and then they go do something crazy. Why? How can you be okay with that? What would it take to change your mind? What would it take? Your own kid getting shot at school? What would it take? I have an 8-year-old daughter. She does active shooter drills at school. And we haven't talked about Uvalde yet, just because I don't want to freak her out. I think that would put any child off going to school. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's it, that you'll have less workers in a generation. The economy you want, like, I don't know how to get through and put this in terms that you'll understand. If all the kids stop going to school and you don't have any workers, would that make you care? If all these kids defected from the church because God couldn't possibly let this happen, would you care? What is the language you speak that I can get through to you and make you understand that no 18-year-old should have an AR-15? No citizen should have an AR-15. You should have to have a background check. You should have to do extensive training. There should be buybacks. People should be incentivized to give back their incredibly dangerous guns that they probably have 10 of. If you want to protect your house as a responsible gun owner, that's fine. That's totally fine. Go through training, get a background check, lock it up away from kids. That's fine. But this is just insane, and you know it. You know it, and the only reason you aren't doing anything is because of money. I'm here to tell you that whatever it is you seek, power, influence, money, whatever it is you want in your respect, whatever it is you want in your personal life, there's a better way to go about it. Do the right thing and vote for common sense gun laws.